Welcome to Shorty Supercoach, and this time next week we'll be scrambling. In a week's time, we'll be a matter of hours away from the first bounce, and we'll be having our teams probably in a bit of chaos, bit of tinkering, bit of mayhem. I know I've been doing that already, so it is a funny time. I feel as if we don't make a stack of changes to our sides, over pre-season and the last couple of weeks leading up, there's just an urge to go crazy, but that's all part of it. I am going live tonight as well. I think I'll upload this one around 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, and I'll be going live at 8 o'clock tonight. So I've done a video on that. I've sort of mentioned it throughout a couple of others too. So hopefully, if you can get along, throw a few questions into the ring, and hopefully I can get onto those. We had quite a lot of questions last time, so I guess first in, best dressed is the way to go, and I'll release a league code as well. I've got one more league to fill, and that code will come out in the live session. So, stay tuned for that if you want to get involved. But as for my latest team, we're a week out, and there is a bit of change. Let's start with the backline, I guess, and not too much has changed. I mean, a bit's changed with the rookies, and Zach Williams remains. I think he's just too cheap to pass up, even if he is going to miss round one. I know that's a bugger, but I think, the question is, do you want to cop week one without him? If you do, then that's all G. But if you don't, then make sure that you're prepared to pay over $500,000 for him. Maybe even $550 down the track. And I know 60k, 80k, 100k doesn't seem like stacks at times, but it's pretty crucial when we really get going. I know there's plenty of times during the season where I've just wished I had an extra $55,000 to play with, so it can make the difference, and I think he's just too much of a bargain. Caleb Daniels coming to the side. Obviously, I'm a massive Callum Mills fan, but talk of him, copping a knock and concussion, and not only just being in a bit of a race to the clock for round one with the 12-day protocol, but just concussion in general, is a bit concerning. And Caleb Daniels being a favourite of mine for a long time, I've been picking him for a long, long time. In the midfield, not much has changed, as you can see. Some people getting concerned about Cripps. There's no way I'm getting concerned. I'm holding fire with Simpkin. I mean, do I have any other choice? I mean, if I dropped him now, I'd cop absolute flack from you folk, and fair enough too. And Tommy Green, he did enough to suggest that I think he's going to have a stellar year. I think Braden Campbell and Tom Powell are the most required rookies in the game. And then, look, we'll float out those midfield rookies on the bench. Some of those will stay the same, some might change. Grundy and Draper has been the same for a while. Hunter, I do a rookie video, and of course 2 hours later, Ryder makes that announcement, and in the video I think I said, Hunter, maybe, see how we go. But now he's an absolute lock. Ryder is stepping away for some family reasons, and you would imagine that could be any frame of time, but it certainly sounds like it'll be at least the early rounds. So I think we can lock Hunter in to our sides, and the forward line has proven difficult the whole time, and it continues to do so. Dangerfield and Martin have been constants in the premium stakes for me, but I've got Caldwell there. A lot of you would know that I had Cam Rayner at F3. There was a temptation there to go to Degoe, but I really felt like I needed to free up a little bit of coin. And you'll notice Danaher isn't there either. So there has been a little bit of tinkering. I know before Rayner went out, I brought Danaher down. And then I upgraded some other guys in the likes of Powell. And I think that allowed me to bring in Campbell as well. Just with the amount of coin I had in there. So, the Caldwell decision is far from a lock. I really like the role he's playing. That was confirmed that he's going to be a pure mid. They love him around the clearance. The centre bounce attendance certainly spoke to that. That there still is a temptation to downgrade him to Danaher, because at the moment, my biggest concern is probably these defensive rookies. particularly the fact that I'm going to have to expose 2 of them on the field for round 1. Briggs at the Giants, he's a must-have if named. I'm just sort of waiting for that. Sharp was super impressive. But look, I just don't have... It's always, it's near impossible to predict what a rookie can score. But we tend to get a feel for it. It's hard to say whether they're going to be good or great rookies. But sometimes we know the poor ones. And I just feel as if, I've got a key forward there. A young defender. Yeah, don't know. You've got other options, higher up in the likes of Jordan Butts. A lot of you guys pointed out that I missed him in the rookie video, so thanks for that. That's a good point there. Denver Granger Barras, if he is named. And I'm not too sure if there were others. I can't remember, but Lockie Jones, if he's named as well. So there is a few things to think about. I would say 95% of this team is locked and loaded. I haven't changed that midfield 6, the starting 6, for ages. And those rookies on the field I love. Laird's been in for ages. Williams, Clark and Young likewise. I told you about Clark bloody months ago, and all of a sudden he dominates and he's in every bloody fella's side. So that hurts, but, we'll get over that. Even though I've mentioned it 3 times now. But Grundy and Draper have been locked in for a while. And like I touched on, Zeeble, Dow, I really love Bergman. Talk about get a feel for a rookie that can score. I reckon he can definitely score. So much of this side is locked and loaded. We'll chop and change with the teams, or the rookies when the teams come out. And just keep in mind that we'll only hear the teams out the night before the game. So that is going to make starting rookies an absolute nightmare. And perhaps, we might preference job security more than other years. Because we won't... I remember you'd just look at who was out, who was named, and you'd just say, bang, there it is. That's who's playing, that's who's not. A couple extended benches, we'll deal with them later. But the fact that this is like a continuous rolling reveal of sides is going to make it really difficult for super coaches. So even more reason to go with guys that you're super confident on, and maybe pay a touch extra for some rookies. But look, that is my team at the minute. I'm fairly happy with it. I have had the urge just to tinker, and I don't know. We'll see how we go. But that's my team at the moment. Super keen to see some rookies out. And yeah, I'm super keen to take your questions tonight. So feel free to jump on board. We'll chat some Supercoach for a while, and who knows how long it'll go for. It was nearly 2 hours last time, so could well be again. But I'll chat to you guys soon. Cheers.